It began with 3 pillars, the foundation for UW Esports, pushing ourselves to greater heights.
Community.
Career.
Competition.
Oh yeah. Reminds me of Toronto Defiant Yakpung. Reminiscent of that, of just juggling everyone into the corner there.
Maybe that'll be the game changer here for UW.
Maybe. Oh my goodness, what an angle by Wizard.
Wow. What a shot.
Welcome everyone to the first UW Esports Valorant broadcast. We are excited to come to you live from UW Esports Community Night. We're at the Husky Union building right now. We've got games, we've got food, we've got, just in general, a good time, I'd say. Yeah, I think I'm having a good time. How about you?
Yeah, a lot going on over here tonight. It's really great, honestly, to just take a break from the day on a nice Friday afternoon, Friday evening, to kind of get together, play, watch some Valorant,
Heck yeah.
Socialize a bit in the process.
Yeah, so feel free to stop by one of our vendors or by the Evil Geniuses table. That's really exciting. But with that said, it's time to hop right into things. Tonight we are bringing you the first round of the Valorant Spring Tourney, CEA, where UW is going to be facing off against San Diego State University, SDSU Black. That's what their team is known as. And as some of you may know, and I was recently informed of this by none other than UW's coach, Donuts, this is actually a bit of a revenge match because UW actually faced off against SDSU. The last time they faced off was during CVAL, the Riot official collegiate level tournament, and they ended up losing. So this is a bit of a revenge match, which is very, very exciting. And hopefully we'll see the Huskies clutch it up against the Aztecs today. I'm very excited to see it. Our esports program seeks to build and foster community, open doors to the vast career opportunities in the field of gaming, and promote the virtues of healthy competition. And obviously through esports, we are able to communicate with one another and build relationships with the people in our communities. We hope you enjoy being part of our community, and we invite you to get more involved. Follow us here or on our UW Discord server and all of our social channels, which will be something along the lines of @UofWA Esports. And now, finally, it feels like time to introduce ourselves. I'm Akash, aka Skin, and with me, and I am currently a junior at the University of Washington, and with me I have...
My name is Braden. I'm currently a sophomore at the University of Washington in electrical engineering, aka Sinthe.
Yeah, and we're going to be your casters tonight. So this is pretty exciting here. We've got the match between obviously two pretty good teams. Like I mentioned earlier, I did talk with Donuts, UW's coach, and he described them as okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he described them as okay. So that's pretty high praise, I think, coming from him. Obviously, he does like to rag on the other teams quite a bit, but just the fact that that's what he said. That makes me worried, but also a little excited. I feel like we're gonna have a good game on our hands here today.
Very short, very sweet, very to the point. Maybe that's what we'll see here in terms of the gameplay as well. Very short, very sweet.
Yeah, and I mean, there is definitely a difference between this time and the last time they faced off. Obviously, last time they faced off, it was a fall CVAL tournament. This team was very, very new. They'd been playing together for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. So they did end up facing SDSU as that hurdle they were unable to clear. But now, as you can see, they've got a lot more time together. They look a lot more coordinated. They've got those set plays. They've got those ability to just bounce off of each other, and we did see that yesterday in the CEVA match against HPU, Hawaii Pacific University, where they actually had a very strong showing. In fact, I think the second map, Pearl, was actually a 13-1, which, if you feel really good about this UW team's future going forward.
Certainly after last night, you can expect maybe a UW, if they do get a map pick, to pick that Pearl map, especially after showing just how strong they were on that map.
Yeah, especially if they are feeling as strong as they did feel yesterday. So that's very exciting. Anything else? Who's the player to watch out for? Who would you say? On the side of UW, based on what we saw of yesterday's match?
Certainly, it's got to be Monkey.
It's got to be Monkey.
It's got to be Monkey, man.
It can't not be.
Specifically, Monkey on defenders, because we saw a lot of plays where UW was actually willing to send out a couple people forward on opposite side of where they suspected the attackers were. Monkey was often that one person, able to catch them off on rotations, able to catch them off just in general on a flank. Very, very aggressive gameplay in that sense, but a lot of the times it was more rewarding than anything else. So
Yeah, but more importantly, this guy's username is monkeyfarts88. If that's not the best username UW Valorant has ever produced, I don't know what is. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, man. And this guy, he knows how to send it, absolutely run it down. Obviously very famous for his race clips, but this man, on yesterday, he went on KO and he still sent it. He got those shorty kills left, right, and center. It was really a sight to behold, and I'm hoping he can keep up that performance today.
exactly, it was just attack from above. You know, the monkeys, they sling up in the trees, right above you, right before you know it, all of a sudden one's jumping down on you with a shorty. That's not a sight that I want to see personally.
Yeah, you know, monkeys, they climb around the trees, you know, they jump down, they steal your hat. The hat's gone. You're never getting that hat back. Let's be real, right? And hopefully, the monkey farts here, he's gonna steal a little more than hats. He's gonna steal a lot of HP along with it.
There you have it.
Yeah, and it looks like we are about to head into the map picks here. We're going to give you a live update on that, as in what maps are being banned and picked in a little bit. But right now, let's take a moment to look at this UW squad just like as a whole, because obviously, you know, we're the UW casters. We're going to be biased. We got to talk about UW, right? Obviously, we've got Treb, our big brain IGL. You know, he knows how to frag, and he knows how to just have a good time. And then obviously we've got Monkey Farts. The more said about him, the more I'm gonna ruin just the fun and excitement. So we're gonna just let his performance speak for himself. Then we got Ryan, that classic, true, and tested Sentinel. You know, who just excels at locking it down. NACL, that initiator who knows how to make those clutch plays. And then the next gen, you know, he's a Jet. He's a Jet player.
You don't really need to say a whole lot more than that.
He hits
Whenever
those
I have
shots. He hits those shots. He makes those.
Whenever I have a friend who happens to join this game, you know, play casually with me, the first thing that I always warn them: if you see a level 2 Jet, that's not a level 2 Jet.
That's not a level 2 Jet. It's never a level 2 Jet, guys. And speaking of level 2 Jets, we're heading into map bans. I don't know how that's related, but I'd like to imagine that it is. Meanwhile, I think right away we're seeing UW going for the ban onto Icebox. I think that's pretty standard as far as their comp goes. I think they're pretty strong on the newer maps, especially Pearl, as we mentioned. Just seeing how dominant they were on it yesterday. And as a result, they're going to go for that Icebox ban, but SDSU ends up banning Fracture right away, which I don't know how good UW feels about that. Because I do know that it's a map that they feel all right on. They feel at home on.
And interestingly enough, UW looks like they had picked Ascent first, as
Yeah,
opposed
that's
to the
their first
Pearl that we may have been expecting after what we saw last night.
However, do consider Ascent is a map that they feel very confident and very secure on, because yesterday against HPU, that was actually their first map, and they did win that map 13-7. Now, granted, it may have not been as big of a sweep as compared to the map 2 Pearl that we keep on talking about again and again, but Ascent has been shown to be a pretty solid map pick, and after yesterday, they should be feeling a little more confident, especially on that, and it seems like they are going to be attacking first on that map as well, because SDSU gets to pick side, and they actually chose to pick defense on Ascent, which is a little unusual. It is more of a defense-sided map, but I'm sure that they have something cooking, and we'll see what that is very, very soon. And now we're going into the second map that's going to be picked after Ascent. Is actually going to be Haven. And Haven, naturally, UW is going to pick defense because it is, again, it is considered an offensive-sided map. And if you pick defense first, that means you're going to get to the offense side when it's really crunch time, when it really counts. What do you think?
I'd also like to point out just one last little note on the whole Ascent first before we move on to Haven. We saw that the play on Ascent specifically was a lot more team-oriented than the play was on that Pearl map where they looked really great. Sure, there was a little bit of team play on the Pearl map, but a lot of the times it was just people running out making individual plays that were just doing really, really well. Whereas on Ascent, you have a lot of coordinated pushes, a lot more coordinated play. So I feel like as a team map in general, maybe that's one of the reasons why they're significantly more comfortable with picking it.
Yeah, and while we just run through the rest of these map pools, UW banned Lotus, which is unfortunate. We'd love to see the new map being played.
Yeah.
SDSU banned Pearl, which is obvious seeing that showing yesterday. I feel like that they had that coming, which means that map 3 is actually going to be split. And with the rework split, I'm very excited for that. This is a literal stomping ground for Monkey Farts. He is known for this map.
Did you just say reworked split?
Huh? Yep.
All right, what's new?
What's new? I mean, like, they've made it a little more attacker friendly, but like, you know, they cut out a ledge here and there. They expanded a few sight lines. It's pretty fun. It's still the same concept of a map, you know, where you can just sort of pick raise, run it down, satchel around, throw out that showstopper, get 5k maybe. I don't know. I mean, Monkey Farts knows. I don't know. But we're going to know if we hit that map 3. But as of right now, we are just about to head into Ascent. That's map 1. And as we head into the Agent Select, let's see what agents they're about to lock in here. Seems a pretty standard comp. Ryan is hovering chamber. That scares me. Okay, never mind. Okay, just gave me a little bit of a shock there to see that hover over chamber. It does look like they're going for the same comp they played yesterday against HPU with Treb on that Astra pick.
And everybody's they're just
SDSU's
running
comp?
it back like full swing. Meanwhile, on the other side, we do have a unique pick here. We do see a raised pick off of Shove. And that's really interesting too, because that's another alteration from what we saw yesterday in terms of the standard comp that a lot of people do pick on this map.
Yeah, Reyes isn't necessarily a fringe pick, but keep in mind that was back when Chamber was considered part of the meta. And now the thing is, you don't really have like an operator player to contest, especially that wide mid site, like, you know, just the mid area. You don't really have a operator player to contest that as well. So I'm interested to see how they're going to work with the composition that they have, especially sacrificing that jet. As we had the rest of the comp does seem to be pretty much identical, but they do have the Omen instead of the Astra, of course, but that is a more standard pick here on Ascent. So we'll see how this goes. You know, teams went with what's generally considered the norm, but like a little skewed away. And we'll see which little twisting of the standard composition is going to work the best here as we head into this first round.
And right away, we see on the attacker side of things, they have everybody over on the B site. Not a single person lurking over on the opposite side of the map. And it'll be really interesting to see how that ends up working out for them, considering that they do have all of the Killjoy utility playing around B as well. So if they do choose to like immediately rush in any sort of way, like that may prove to be a difficult thing to get through, especially since it is round 1 pistol round.
Yeah, interestingly enough, it does look like they are trying to run it. They might try to run it down tiles into mid. It looked like they were going for it, but I think they're just sort of holding towards B main and figuring out how SDSU plays this. They are looking to push out into tiles right now, actually, just as I say that. Next gen, obviously the first one in there, gonna throw out a few warning shots, get it clear for Util, not really gonna find anything except eventually that turret. And now they got a pretty easy entry onto the site. It's now, how are you gonna deal with that Killjoy utility? We see how this goes. Finally, the first fight, SDSU get some nice shots off onto NAC on Monkey Fart.
2-3 down.
That's another kill right away. UW immediately on the back foot. Ryan does get Ian ties back, but it does look like that was a little bit too late as SDSU cleaned that round with only 1 casualty.
Yeah, and you see the KO there with the 3 kills and the 1 assist, doing a really good job there, finding pick after pick after pick.
Yeah.
Just excellent gunplay there on that side. Really, really quick as well. So the UW push was very coordinated. They just didn't execute it quite as well as they would have hoped to.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in all sense of the word, it really was Lintine's carrying that defense on his back right there. Got pretty much all of the kills, or contributed to almost all the kills that round. And definitely, UW have got to figure out how to prevent such a situation from happening again. And just like that, they are heading up catwalk, next gen holding the spike. This should be interesting. They do have worse guns here, and they are heading into a tight angle against a Spectre with only classic. So I don't know what's going to happen here. And just like that, next gen, it doesn't matter. Guns, worse, who cares?
Important to note that the KO does have a Vandal here because of the amount of money that he was able to get out of that last round. But it was just lost to the Frenzy, which means that they're likely going to be able to pick that up and perhaps have another gun to work with.
They should have some guns on their hands, and the numbers are now equal too. So interested to see what they do here with that advantage, with a little more of even ground in terms of buys. And Monkey Farts takes out Show. That
with the picked up Vandal as well.
Yeah, it's gotta feel bad when you buy that Vandal round 2 and it's just immediately used against you. And just like they have, Monkey Farts catches lights completely unawares and just says lights out. That is
the biggest part about this whole thing. They did not buy. They had classic pistols. They had a Frenzy. They were able to execute with headshots on every single one of those kills, by the way.
Yeah, for all our
And
friends.
they picked up the guns, which saves their econ going forward if they do end up losing.
Yeah, for all our friends over there in the hub right now, that is what we in the industry commonly call a thrifty round or an anti-eco, in which case, you know, one team ecoed and it worked out. So it's called, you know, just a bit of an eco round, and they made it work. Eco is in terms of economy, and obviously
Do you see
winning that kind of
Raze
a round
pushing up
is very,
very
very good for you,
aggressively?
obviously, because now you have good guns and they do not. SDSU holding the best they can. A very nice headshot there from Lights, and manages to take out NACL. Looked like they are going for that standard A execute. Luntai is forced to back away a little bit because he only has that classic, but he has broken the door for that retake. Next gen gets on the site, pretty clear. SDSU are sending the shock darts for Generator, but they're not there. And Monkey Farts gets that count to Luntai, has no idea what's happening. Ooh, two people holding, Next Gen and Treb holding up a very good angle, and Hespe is the first person to get punished by it. Ooh, they get flashed by Omen. They know there's a flank here. Do they know that there's two? They didn't! They didn't know that there were two. That's two people down. It's a 1v2 now. Show has the ability to clutch this, throws the grenade, but it doesn't matter because Next Gen knows exactly how to clean those up.
The Omen blinded to the double team there from the other side was really, really huge in that round for the Raze. Was able to get that double tap on the headshot, one right after the other, which is, again, just really, really big, especially in what was then technically a 1v4 scenario. However, after the grenade comes out, the Jet does an excellent job of swinging that and getting that up, that instant tap on a very low health Raze.
Yeah, definitely a very good play from PAC-U especially. I'm assuming that's how the name is pronounced because the U is capital. And PAC-U, definitely a good play there to sort of make UW think that there was only one person there. And obviously it did net raise two very good kills. It ended up not mattering too much in the end. Oh, Shove down to 2 HP is forced to back away. That's not very good if you're Shove.
It's the power of spray for sure.
Yeah, definitely gonna have to play a lot more defensive for the rest of this round as NACL walks it up catwalk. They took the KO knife there too to clear out tree, but no one's there, so they might choose to push that. Let's see if they can clear out some of the killjoy utility with the Silver Drone. And Ryan is slowly walking up.
A lot of spray coming through the spawn side wall there.
SDSU are mainly focused on this mid push. I don't think they're aware of Ryan slowly walking it up. They do have one person on CT. I don't think they're aware of a person being there as of yet. And PAC-U, one man trying to hold out a storm and somehow is doing it so far. That's a nice headshot. And Lights takes up Next Gen on the other side of the map as well. Treb being forced to reassess a little bit what he wants his team to do here. Smokes out Hespe, so he can't get a lot of value out of this. He is going to throw out the Silver Drone though, and should find some value any second now. Ooh, just sprays through the smoke and somehow manages to catch Ryan. That is so unfortunate if you're down, because now you just have to run into B-side and pray. And it's Yo with a huge push through the smoke. It's 3 incredible kills, and now that's a spike down, and it's a 2v1 in favor of UW.
10 seconds left.
Ooh, one player left for SDSU, and he does have the ability to flank through B. Keep in mind, this is PAC-U. Obviously had a very good play the last round, but as far as I'm aware, has no kills on the board right now. So this would be very, very huge if PAC-U was able to come up with this 2v1 clutch here.
The smoke there is very critical in limiting what he has to watch to one side and somebody peeking through the smoke. So I do like the play there, the preemptive play there.
PAC-U spotted one, probably suspected
Surely by now he knows
by
that they're both back there.
Nearly, but just a little too low to hit the head. NACL actually survived that on 1 HP. That is so unfortunate. If you hit NACL's head there, that was pixels away, by the way. You get that headshot, maybe you get lucky. Maybe Next Gen peeks that and you get the spray and you win that round. But that is so unfortunate that that was not possible, not able to happen. And that is the 3rd round in a row for UW.
Ready.
All right.
Well, I don't know what else to say other than that was an excellent quadra kill. Like 1, 2, 3, wait, 4. Definitely turned the tide around. Like you saw that was a 2 versus 5, I think. 2 versus 4.
Yeah,
Um,
and just the ability to just push through the back of that smoke and recognize that was a weakness that they would not check. That's just such strong awareness from NACL there that allowed him to wrap that round with a little bow tie.
and he did all that with 42 health.
Yeah, just such a strong play from him, and that definitely gives UW such an advantage economically heading into the 5th round.
Right there.
And we can see that they are considering another B push. They're being a lot more cautious here with clearing out B main. Lights throws out that Killjoy molly to just delay the inevitable here, but that will allow them to push all the way up. All the way
KO
up
comes
B
through.
main. And now they're going on the site. Lights with a very nice... That's 2, that's 3!
Spike down B.
Ryan kills Lights, but the damage has already been done. NACL goes down as well. Ryan is the last one left, it looks like. Can't even go for the res on the KO here. Ryan is the last one left in a 1v3. That's brutal, and the blind does not allow him to see Pacquiao drop down and get that kill.
The Sheriff can be a very, very dangerous econ weapon when it is used properly. The one-tap headshots at a closer range is very, very huge. As long as you're able to hit your shots,
Yeah,
they're
and
dead. There's
Lights
nothing that they
has
can do
shown,
about it.
Lights has shown he can hit the shots. Just a very impressive shots from him. And obviously, if you're UW, you gotta feel bad about that. I don't know what you do except just brush it off. You say, yeah, that was a freak of nature right there. Just gotta brush it off, gotta move on, and gotta show that you can still win these rounds.
And a little bit of a bizarre game so far. We're 5 rounds in, and 3 of those 5 rounds, the econ side has actually won. And you have to keep in mind that the pistol round was one of them. And so we actually only have 1 round where the side that purchased has actually won. All the other ones, the econ rounds have won. So very interesting game so far. Definitely unusual.
All right, and as we head into this round, we can see Pacquiao and the Rays player are both sitting up in wine here. So that could be very unfortunate. I think Ryan is trying to clear them out with the utility. So Pacquiao will be forced to swing. Doesn't really get too much value out of that. Shove peeks out, does get the kill on the Ryan, and throws the Rays nade, which I believe does in fact destroy the Killjoy ult. Shove runs in with that showstopper, takes out next gen.
I'm very impressed with how Shove has been
a
playing
little bit
so
of a losing
far.
battle. They know exactly where he is. Ooh, both players drop. NACL shot through a wall from Lights? Huh? That was incredibly special from Lights to just know that positioning and know exactly where NACL was
30
playing
seconds
from.
left.
Just very good awareness. And the defender Killjoy goes down as well now. Difficult to break that. Treb is trying to spray it, but doesn't look like he's able to do that in time, and I think he actually might get detained here. Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Definitely
And
very
now-
dead. Gonna get knifed too. Oh, that
you
is
hate to see that. You hate to see that if you're
unfortunate.
a UW fan. That is so unfortunate, especially with Monkey Darts going down there and Treb unable to break that Killjoy ult because he was just getting fired back at just so aggressively. There's not a lot you can do there because especially since you know one person is coming from behind, coming up catwalk. If you try to run away and with your knife out, you're just gonna run right into them and get killed anyway. So
Exactly.
there wasn't a lot you could do in that situation.
I'm very impressed so far with how Lights and Shove have been playing. Lights' awareness of where people are and the reaction time to be able to respond to that, especially with that wallbang headshot there. Very, very nice. We've seen it a couple of times so far. And also Shove, with the game sense and the gunplay and the proper utility usage to play around, like done a very, very good job of refragging teammates or even just getting out there aggressively and finding the frags out there in the open. So
Yeah,
it's
you
an
can
excellent
see.
job from the two.
You can see this round, round 7, UW is definitely on a weaker bye. That last round really broke their back financially. And as we head into this, it looks like they are definitely considering more of a B push here. They have no idea about what kind of util is on the site, though, which is why they're so cautious here. They only have stingers. Meanwhile, SDSU has, Vandals, Phantoms, you name it. I don't know if they have an op on deck. I forgot to check, but they just have a significantly stronger buy. And with that jump peak in the tree, I think Lights is going to know that he's in the vicinity. Going to throw out those mollies to keep next gen away. And it looks like something is going to happen in the next 10 to 20 seconds, whether either team likes it or not, because the time is ticking. There are 37 seconds left on the clock, and UW has got to push in. Lights throwing out a little bit of spam here and there. Not going to get too much value out of that, though. And
And
it
I
looks
bet
like
that
they
they're gonna
are
go B
going
here.
back towards B, which it looks like was their original plan, and it looks like they are committing to it.
We did see a headshot there come out from the Stinger before the Jet died, so that should leave the Rays on, well, low enough health to be killed by a KO grenade for starters.
Yeah, Shove definitely a little too greedy there, and that did cost him NACO getting killed, but that is a decent amount of damage that you feel okay about. And now that KO ult out of commission probably. Lights left in A2v2, admittedly, and easily is able to clean up Monkey Farts and Ryan. That is the 4th round on the board. And they even get that KO back up in time, so you'll feel good about being able to get 3 guns into that next round there.
And though it was very well played from University of Washington from being behind in terms of the econ that round, it was rather unfortunate that after they were able to get the spike down, they were not able to make it into the back of the site. They were stuck behind that box, which I feel like generally favors the people who are on the retake because it's way easier to spray. There's a much smaller area that you have to be concerned about. Whereas if you're the one behind the box and trying to fight the people who are pushing the site, you have to look at 2 different sides. So it's a little bit of a different story there.
SDSU did a really good job playing like longer angles to force UW to take those longer fights because they were playing with Stingers there, a gun that's very, very strong at short range, but can't really do much at a range, farther than 10 meters. So obviously they did a good job, taking fights onto main from CT, taking fights backside from the very front of the site, etc., just really extending that distance just so that UW wasn't able to do quite as much damage to them in terms of HP. And that made the difference between 3 people being alive and 0 people being alive at the end of that round.
And I believe
and
that we
Show
have
with a very strong position, able to take out Nextion, who doesn't see it coming. That Sova ult is probably going to kill him though if Monkey Farts doesn't do it first.
I believe that this is our first full buy round from both sides, so this should be an interesting round to keep track of. See how things go, because it might tell which side looks better in the long term.
And Owl Drone getting a lot of useful information in terms of who's playing tree right now. Pacu throwing some smokes out, ready for the push that he knows is about to descend upon his site. Lights holding a very strong angle is able to kill Ryan, but Monkey Farts, with that flank, able to take out Lights in retaliation. Luntai is up in heaven right now, trying to spray for a cheeky kill, but is unable to get it done. And now that Astro Wall is up as well, it's so difficult to just push right through this. Oh, Luntai, he does, and gets trapped before being taken out by Monkey Farts. Monkey Farts gets a 4th kill of the round,
with an ace!
and that's an ace! It doesn't matter. He just hits all the shots. That was not only an ace. It was a clutch. It was a 2v1 clutch. What a round. I can't believe it. He just let the Astro do all the work. They had to drop down through it. They had to run out of garage with 0 intel whatsoever. Monkey Fart just went, ooh, that's a funny little head spot there. Why don't I just click it, tap it down, and just get 5 kills, just get an ace. Yeah,
exactly.
Why don't I just do that?
And between yesterday and today, now that's the 3rd time that we've seen University of Washington successfully execute that site with that same Astro ult in that same spot. It seems to me like they're very used to playing around it. It's a very powerful one, in my mind at least. And so it was just very, very well executed there, even when retake was going quite well for the defenders there, up until that point where Monkey was just like, hey, I'll take 1. Hey, I'll take 2. Hey, I'll take 3. Hey, I'll take 4. And while I'm at it, you know what? I'll take a 5th.
Yeah, just that Silva Dart for the beginning of the round from SDSU is going to get a lot of information here. So they do already suspect that UW are playing a more B-heavy composition right now. And I think the next gen, I want to say, it could be Treb as well. I can't really tell from the minimap this far away, but has gotten a very nice position, tucked into that corner on mid right now. So if they decide to rotate out,
there's
push
2
towards mid. Oh, there are 2. I think it is next gen and Treb actually. And they do have that ability to push onto market right now. There's a lot of spam going through though, and they're able to push onto market at the same time as the rest of their team. Monkey Farts getting a shot onto Hesped through the smoke. Shove goes down as well. And Monkey Farts gets another kill, just some very stellar positioning from this guy, and the aim to back it up. Lights is the last one left in a 1v5. I don't know what you do in this situation.
Hey, if Monkey Farts can do it, Lights can do it too.
Don't say that, don't say that.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not this time. Maybe Monkey Farts just gets that 3rd headshot,
and
why doesn't he?
And the extra bit behind that is the fact that not only did Lights not do it, but it was Monkey Farts who took him out in the end.
Yeah, those 2 are definitely the highlights of their team right now, especially when you're looking at the KDA. Monkey Farts is 12-6 right now. Lights is 10-6. You're feeling good if you're either of these 2 players. Shove's doing a great job, just being that entry fragger on defense, which is a difficult role to play, especially when you're used to just running it down. But he's doing a good job with his utility, you know, holding them and getting those retakes especially, which is so crucial when you're playing a duelist on defense. And Show got such an aggressive angle here, but no value. The shots are just a little to the left. NextGen takes out Shove there. And Lights is just holding. He wants NextGen to go aggressive, and NextGen does oblige with that jump peek there, but it's not going to matter because Lights cannot land that shot.
And we've now seen 2 full rounds where both sides had full buys, and both of them were won by University of Washington. So far that looks really good on their part.
That's gonna good. Hesped gonna try and spam through with the Guardian. Obviously not as many bullets to work with there, so yeah, Lights does take out Ryan though. That's a big kill. As NextGen makes his way onto the site, should be able to get the spike down, I believe. That Rico
Onto an empty site, by the way.
Yeah.
Completely empty, nobody there.
Ooh. Silva ult goes out just at the same time as Luntai's peaks takes out Monkey Farts. NextGen is taken out before he can get the spike down, and Treb caught lurking around B main. NACL, not very much you can do. That is a 1v4, and that is very, very difficult to win, especially when 2 people peek both house at the exact same moment you peek out.
Exactly, and that was a very impressive round there from the defenders, because once you saw the site retake, like they knew exactly where they needed to be looking. Literally everybody there that died or got a kill in the case of the perspective of the defenders was just like, oh, I'm pre-peeking the corner that I know that they're in. So they just had very, very good awareness there, and they were ready to take the shots right at the head.
Yeah, just excellent timing, especially from Hesped on that Silva ult there. It definitely makes a huge difference, because if NextGen is able to get that spike down, the trajectory of the round completely changes. Suddenly they're trying to play retake, as opposed to stopping them from getting the plant down, which in my opinion is at least a little bit easier.
You see an early one-way smoke coming out here, but it is going to expire before anything else happens. The turret to gain a little bit of information, but it's not going to find anybody because there is nobody there. So
Ryan is content to keep the turret out and spot if anyone decides to flank his team going up cat.
And he does have the spike while everybody else on his team is mid. So as long as he doesn't die there, like he has a lot of value in terms of either a fake B into a real push A, or just in terms of everybody else is cat and like they know it. But hold off for a minute because the spike isn't.
ACL, you know, threw out the information, and that gave UW the information to just charge right onto site. The attacker Killjoy makes sure for a fact that all the defenders are off it. And now that that attacker, you know, that attacker ult's out of the way, the defenders decide to put down a Killjoy ult of their own, but NextGen is not having it. That's 2 kills. Ryan gets one more. SCSU trade one back, but now Trade's going back and forth, and that's just too many bodies. Too many bodies. They managed to actually get every member of the defensive team out of commission just before they both get to team themselves. That was a very all-for-nothing play, and it worked out for UW. Very impressive stuff.
And when you see that Killjoy ult come down, you have a couple of options. Well, you walk towards them, or you go back towards your spawn, towards your attacker spawn, which is too far away from the spike. So generally, in that like, specific situation, they are going to go aggressive and try and destroy that Killjoy ult. It did work out for them. They did end up getting all of the picks that they needed.
Yeah, typically what you tend to do in terms of a Killjoy ult, let's just get this clear. Typically what you want to do is either A, destroy the Killjoy ult with utility or your guns if you can manage to get a little sneaky peek on in there. 2, you run away. What you generally don't do is, hey, let's kill every member of the other team before that Killjoy ult goes down. And UW, they can just do it. It doesn't matter. And as I say that, they're heading right into market with such an aggressive push through into there. NextGen has the knives, double updrafts, trying to get some kills, but does not spot Hesped in the corner there. Hesped gets so much value out of that bridge position before Treb takes him out. And now it is a 3v2 still in favor of UW just because of how strong that push-up market was. And Pacu getting thrown into a scene with a lot of Astra Stars blocking his path as they both want to try and head in through CT. Going for a risky teleport here. I don't know if someone's going to see that. Someone is not actually going to see that. As they both head on the site. Monkey Farts taken completely unawares. Light gets 1, Light gets 2. Impressive flick from him. Pacu gets the 3rd. And SCSU just clutched that 6th round out of seemingly nowhere. That's the last round of the half, too.
Well, what I realized in that last round there was that towards the end there in the 2v3, the 2 defenders were playing very together there. They were kind of watching each other's like blind spots, doing a very good job of that. Whereas the attackers, they did get kind of caught out one by one there. They didn't have any real coordinated effort to be ready to help out each other at any given moment.
Yeah, but
Just an
SDSU
excellent
don't
job
need to
there
care
from
about
the
strategy
defenders.
when they can just go haha, lights, click, go burr, and just kill everyone. He lights all over the place, you know? $1 zillion. Yeah, that meme's still relevant, right? As we
And
head.
now we get to see a little bit of a swap here, which is really going to make things exciting, especially since things are tied.
Yeah, as we head into the second half, you can definitely see a much more standard, hey, we're going to push towards A here approach, especially on the pistol round. Next in, holding such an aggressive angle with that Sheriff. Probably does plan to dash away, and that's exactly what he does. Ooh. Nexon does not manage to hit his shots, and Shove can get that shot, but Monkey Farce takes out Lights. That's been a battle that's been happening time and time again. But it looks like they are willing to give up that site for seemingly nothing. Monkey Farts has to try and break down that wall now. It's like Berlin all over again. As the spike goes down, PACU seemingly caught a little out of the open, but it looks like they are going to go for that crossfire to catch anyone trying to drop down from heaven. As Treb gets a very nice flank going here, they don't have any utility to catch him out, so he can throw stars down from there, and they won't suspect that Treb is actually flanking. I don't think that Hexbay has any idea whatsoever. NACL gets the kill, actually. So Braden's going back and forth. It is now a 2 versus 1. PACU is God knows where. Treb coming in from the other side of the dang map. He has no idea where anyone is, and it looks like there might not be enough time for him on the clock to be able to do anything. And Luntai cleans that last player up. That is the pistol round in favor of SDSU. And no one even dies as a spike.
Honestly, I'm not sure what to say about that round. It was just very well executed, very quick. Unfortunately, the flank from Treb was not able to get a whole lot of value because by that point it was already too late.
Yeah, at that point, I think Ryan ended up getting the kill that he was so well positioned to get anyway. And after that, he couldn't really get a lot done. His position was revealed. Everything was out in the open. And everything seemed to be going so well for that retake on UW just until it wasn't. Yeah, and as it looks like SDSU are going to run it down A main yet again, but this time only Monkey Fart's there in an attempt to sort of hold that back. This is a little rough if you're Monkey Farts here. There's not a lot you can get done, especially if you hear that many footsteps. Ooh, throwing out some shots, doesn't actually get the kill, but is actually very, very close to getting that kill as the spike goes down. It is a 5v5 retake though, and this is absolutely very, very doable if a lot of the initial picks go UW's way.
Unfortunately though, for Monkey, he does only have a Sheriff, so his ability to break that door was 0. He had to wait for either the enemy or one of his teammates to break that door.
As Monkey Farts is holding the angle, going for the headshots here, is unable to get them. And that is a flawless round, unfortunately, for the side of SDSU. UW aren't really able to do that much against a significantly stronger buy, sadly. Monkey Farts just did not hit the spot that he clearly did expect to hit there.
Yeah, and we're really going to have to see a win come out from University of Washington here, or else things are going to start to get really, really difficult here, being 3 rounds down. And they wouldn't have the money going into the next round.
Yeah,
This is a
things in this
very,
game
very
definitely
important round
have
for
that
them.
potential to just snowball into something much, much greater. And I think we might end up seeing that here if UW are unable to pull this round out. So we'll see if they have an answer to how SDSU attacks. Shob is going to throw that Roomba this time at a little bit of value. Nexton dashes away, but is ready again, aggressing on that same angle, but this time without the dash. He has no escape button. He is just choosing, he's going to hold this and he's going to get that kill. That's how confident this man is right now. And the Silver Drone goes out too. I'm still curious to see what he does here.
Was looking right at where it came out, by the way. Excellently done there.
He's tagged by a stray bullet over there, but still holding that angle. And that is, what, 3 people on A main right now, but PACU has a spike, and PACU's on B side. I think they think everyone's rotated, but Nair is still holding that angle. Ryan is still holding that. Ryan is still intent on finding that value, and we could see that Killjoy v Killjoy fight any second now. Very strong flash from Ryan. Doesn't end up finding any value, though. I don't think they know. I don't think they know he's there. I don't think they know he's there. Lights does try to check it, but unfortunately Ryan is just a little bit faster with that trigger finger and gets the kill. And that is B site seeming. I mean, you would expect B site. Hey, B site's locked down, but for some reason everyone is rotating towards B right now.
Yeah, as a
30
personally, if
seconds
I were
left.
on defenders there, I would not have expected that right after you get the pick on B. Well, you had known that everyone else has A, for them to immediately go back to B even after their teammate had died.
Seemed a little bit like running towards a blazing fire. You know, we'll see how this goes. SCSU, the Rays just satcheled into market, ready to get some kills here. NACL, very prime position to do some damage. They do get 2 kills down, but HackU is able to get enough value to be able to get stuff down. Doesn't even get the spike down though, because Treb can still just spray him through the box. That's the fun part about a set, you know? No site, no point on that site is safe.
Yeah, the other thing there is that I think University of Washington did a very good job about playing around on how much time they had left. Because a lot of time was spent just kind of lingering around waiting to make a decision there in that round, and University of Washington realized that there was not a whole lot of time left on the clock. We did see the numbers ticking down red there at the end, and use that effectively to kind of just punish the attackers for not having a whole lot of time left, for being forced to push forward at that point.
Yeah, that's the thing about playing against UW. If you don't have a very clearly defined game plan going into that round, they will choke you out. Just as they did in that round there, and I think they're hoping to do it again here. Lights does get that early pick on the NACL, though that does change things, as Ryan is forced to back away a little bit, has to rely a little more on that utility to do his job for him. Treb does have a nice angle here, gonna spray some shots, not gonna find Shove though, as Shove essentially has free reign to the site, and I think he knows it too. He's telling his team to go in here. Shove
What?
just saddles pass, gets a headshot onto Ryan out of nowhere. I don't think even he expected it.
Yeah, no, we see in the chat there. He's like, no way. They're
Shove
both
just
like, they're
throw a
all like,
couple
no
shots
way.
at-
We've got a
throw a
lot of
couple
all
shots
chat
out
going
there.
through right there.
And gets the kill. Monkey Farts does take out Lights, but Luntize is there to trade that right back. That is a 9th round on the board.
Okay,
for
we can
SDSU.
confirm that that was just luck. We do have the player there.
I mean, what is luck? But you know, a reward for the skill. You know,
That's a fair
look at
point.
it. Just you know, you have that much skill. You know, you
You
just
had no
satchel on it
fear.
there. You throw a couple shots, maybe someone's just like standing right there. That's kind of on them, you know. That's kind of on Ryan in this instance.
No
I'm
fear.
gonna be
He was
honest.
just like, you know what? I'm gonna satchel forward and I'm gonna spray you and I'm gonna kill you with 1 bullet and not shoot a second. That's how confident I
yeah,
am.
yeah. But
You know,
I will say,
we'll write it off as confidence.
yeah, I will say to close that round in the words of a very very man. Oh, immediately as I say that, that's 4 kills already for SDSU. Monkey Part's the last one left, and he's just surrounded there. That was such an aggressive push on the mid. You know, just perfectly reading where UW was gonna go, and there wasn't a lot they could do. That is absolutely brutal if you are the University of
And
Washington.
at this point, it may just end up snowballing into a victory there for them as well. It does look like they have buys here, but again, because of the fact that they were able to get buys here, it means that once again they're placed in a situation where if they lose this round, they certainly lose the game.
I don't know if I would say that. You know, this is a game where I know I say things can snowball, but the difference is only 3 rounds, and we are so close to the end game that pretty much anything can happen here.
It would be
I, for
4
one-
if they lost this round.
I mean, for one, I think that we're here for some very exciting VALORANT. Show
We see a
throws out that
very
Razo and
aggressive Razel.
the
does
Silva Dart
pay
coming
off.
out at the most unfortunate time for Ryan there. There's not a lot he can do except watch the bullets fly, watch the rocket soar in the air towards where he is currently residing. And that's already a retake. It's a 4v5 retake too. You know, we see some very exciting VALORANT for this position. I think 2 people hold up in boathouse as Shove, you know, runs down B main, gets the next gen out, but Treb is willing to trade that. Ooh, the attackers throw down that Killjoy ult in an attempt to just, you know, sort of buy even more time. They literally have to back away. Time is still ticking, and they just have to keep on. They just have to keep on waiting. No one's detained, but
And now they
they
have to
still
push
little
in
time
real
to commit to this
fast.
execute.
They basically have no choice but to run forward and left click at this point.
Yeah, it looks like
There's not
they
enough
are
time
gonna
left for
have
them
to
to
give
work
up on
with.
this round. They're just gonna have to wait out here and pray for some exits. Ooh, nice shots from Treb here. Ooh, NACL sprays, gets one, gets another. That is every single person from SDSU down. Very good job holding the exits to the site. But unfortunately, you got everything right except the round win.
Exactly. The plus side is that they do have 3 people with buy. 2. Somebody did die to the bomb there at the end. They do have 2 people with buys, so it's not the end of the world. Like you said, it's only 4 rounds now. Though it does look significantly dangerous, and the fact that they have been outscored now 5-1 on the defense side is looking a little bit rough for them. They're definitely going to have to earn a few wins here, and it's going to come off the back of somebody.
Yeah, definitely as we head into this round, definitely want to look at how they want to approach this, especially with SDSU probably having a better buy. Shove gets the next gen, but NACL is willing to trade that right on back. But Shove isn't having any of it. That is 2 kills already on the round for him, and he's pretty much secured that site. They should be able to get that spike down, as UW has to come in for the retake on a 3v4.
Planted.
That is brutal. Again, playing that retake with a numbers disadvantage is always so brutal, even if it's only 1 player less than your enemy. Because all the, all the attacking side has to do is just get those trades. And just as I say that, that's the Astra wall going up there. That's a very interesting wall. I'm curious to see how they play it. Joe decides to run it down, run through, but Trev does get that trade. And Ryan gets killed as well. Trev trades again, but Luntize is there to get that round, to cinch that round, that 12th round on the board for SDSU. That is a little brutal.
And I don't think that University of Washington has money here. We do see a Guardian on one person, it looks like. Typing in chat right about GG, go next. Let's discuss our strategy for Haven. So,
I mean, I wouldn't quite say that. I think it's never over till it's over. But, it is going to be difficult to get five rounds in a row here. Shove gets one, but gets killed by the Monkey Farts KO nade because he got damaged a lot by that confrontation with the next gen. Obviously, they do have worse guns. They do have worse guns for sure. The Lights throwing that gun over the side of the map just to make sure UW are unable to get it.
that's a very smart play there. Very over the top. Like, just good awareness on that part to understand that, hey, if UW does get guns here, and things could get difficult for us, again, just taking that extra step to make it just that little bit easier.
He with a very nice shot into Ryan there. Very nice flick there. Ryan could not see it coming. He was holding that angle if Trev decides to push it and wisely decides that he is going to have to back away. That is 4 people on mid. No, 3 people on mid rather. Because Hespe is running down into a main and is probably going to encounter a very furious NACL who's been holding that angle for so long and is eventually rewarded for it. That is 3 people, slowly creeping into tree. And there is everybody on the side of UW in the vicinity. This is where stuff is going to go down very, very quickly. As 30 seconds are on the clock, UW correctly gets the site. Let's see how well they can take advantage of it. Oh no, they're backing away! Just as you are planning to put the spike and they throw the smokes, they realize, oh, they've missed their golden opportunity. And the Hunter's Fury goes down just to deny this plan a little bit longer. And this is pretty smart because it does make the timing very, very difficult for them, but the spike does go down anyway, and now it's on the defense.
The largest downside of using that ult is though it did buy him
Lights gets the
time,
trade, Lights gets the second.
it did also tell them where that Sova was, and that Sova was still there, still pushed out, still in that corner, so...
And that is map 1. SDSU Black actually take Ascent 13-7, a mirror image of how UW took that map against HPU yesterday. And, you can come in with the best laid plans, but what do you do when Lights just, pops his head in and says, you know what, Lights out?
Well, the other thing too is that Lights was very, very strong on defense and very, very consistent on attack as well. But the other thing that we noticed is that once we swapped to the attack side, it was actually Shove who was making repeated plays, repeatedly aggressive plays, and University of Washington just wasn't able to punish them enough for the plays that he was making. He was going really, really far up, really, really fast, and still getting frags. So it was just that whole idea of like, you need to be able to punish that. You can't allow that to happen on attacker when you're on defense. So they have to watch out for that. If we do see future raise picks on the other 2 maps, you have to be aware, you have to be ready to punish that, especially if it becomes a pattern like it did on this map.
Yeah, definitely with Raze, I feel like a common misconception is the only thing that matters is getting, that big KD number. But a big thing with Raze, especially if you are playing Raze, is to, force your way onto that site, create a lot of space, force your opponents to respect you and back away. And that is exactly what Shove managed to do time and time again. He said, you know what? If you're in my way, I will shoot you with this gun, and it is going to hurt. And that was why SDSU just had such an easier time on that attack. They could just sort of run it down, and Shove and Lights were ready to just, take names and kill people with, in Valorant. That's all I can say. Yeah, and you know, obviously a little rough for UW map 1, but we are definitely hoping that they can pull this one back. And stay tuned, because when we come back, we're heading to map 2, which is Haven. And you know, anything can happen. UW definitely are very strong on this map. We could definitely see them pulling it back and going to map 3. So stay right here. We aren't going anywhere. We'll be right back.
All right, well, welcome back. We're getting prepared here to start on our map 2, which is Haven. But before we get into like nitty-gritty of like what happens in Haven, let's do another quick recap of what we just finished watching. So, is there anything in particular that like stood out to you about that last game that like you would like to see fixed or you would like to see more of?
I think that UW, I think we should hit more heads. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we're hitting enough. I think that we could hit like maybe like a few more, maybe like 5, 10, like 50 more heads than they do. I think that would be really awesome. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm biased, but like that would be very nice. That'd be very nice.
Well, you know what they say in first-person shooter games, it's a great idea to aim for the head
Absolutely.
as much as you can. That is.
Yeah,
We did see
I
a
think
lot of
Lights
low
was
health
doing
people.
just that in map 1. Definitely very strong performance from the Killjoy, and Shove did a great job creating space. And SDSU ended up taking that map 13-7, but now we are headed to Haven, which is a map, you know, very famously known for having 3 sites and being a map in Valorant.
And it looks
So,
like we're actually ready to go. So nice and quick here. We're going to be able to hop right into Haven. What are you expecting to see out of both sides here in terms of agent select?
Agent Select. The fun part about Haven is you can do literally anything.
I
That's why this map's fun.
completely agree with you on that
PACU
one.
is hovering the harbor. That's a great example of what I mean. You can play Phoenix on this map if you want. Phoenix is awful. You can play Phoenix. If you can play Yoru on this map. Professional teams have played Yoru on this map. Professional teams have played Fade on this map. You can play whoever you feel like, and it'll work out because it's Haven. That's the beauty of this game. That's the beauty of this map, in my opinion.
Personally, one that I really like to play on this map is the Breach that we've already seen both sides lock in, by the way. We will see Monkey on the Breach. There are a lot of like playmaking opportunities that you can do with Breach and a lot of like coordinated opportunities that you can do from even from cross map as Breach on this map. So I feel like there's a lot of value in that pick. There's a lot of tight spaces that you can clear out with that ability that you have. There's just so much that you can do with that pick. It's one of my personal favorites to play.
Yeah, I am interested by seeing Monkey Farts on the Breach as opposed to the Raze. I thought this was one of the maps, you know, if they did it for any map, that we would see like a double duelist composition, but it's fine. It's fine. I have faith in Monkey Farts, you know. He can get all the kills with Breach. He'll do it anyway. But meanwhile, on the side of SDSU, they actually have a Fade, which is not too common. Especially since the thing about her is she's good on maps that have relatively bigger sites, and Haven is most assuredly not that map. So I am interested to see what they're trying to pull here with that, especially since they do not have a Sova. Like, this is a very good map for Sova, and they've chosen to replace that Sova with Fade. So either Hexbay is more of a Fade specialist, or they're cooking something that I cannot quite, you know, comprehend quite yet.
I guess we'll see what they choose to do with that, because I assume that we'll start to see a pattern, as we did kind of in that last game with how they choose to execute and where their agents play in their attack or defending roles.
Yeah, Lights throws a Killjoy bot towards window and immediately proceeds to run it down A. Shove has already satcheled into their back line and has already gotten quite a bit of value. Treb does not manage to hit the headshots. Ryan takes one, but is immediately taken out by just the sheer strength of numbers. And it's a 3v4 as we head into the light. Careful shot on NACL just through the smoke. Oh well. Monkey Farts, you don't expect him here though. He does have a very good position. He does have the gun, and he has the ability to do some serious damage here. Let's see what he's got.
Out of charges.
Immediately smoked out too. It does look like he's gonna run it out, jump down. Oh, but he misses the flash, and that's an easy shot for PACU there. That is so unfortunate. The flash did not go off in quite the way he wanted. I expect that it was probably covered by the Omen smoke that ended up sort of hovering a little bit, you know, below the ground. And that definitely did cost UW the round in that instance. It was a long shot, but Monkey Farts was probably the one person I'd believe in to do it. Unfortunately, it did not work out for them, and SDSU now have that pistol.
Well, also we again saw there not only show like pushing out and getting a pick and getting some extra damage with that grenade, being unpunished for quite a significant amount of time. Also, we just saw excellent play there from, you know, the shot through the smoke on that headshot was just very, very well done. An excellent shot on that part.
Recalling my bot.
Probably whoever was up there was screaming in pain as they fell to the ground from that headshot through the smoke. But
Yeah, Treb with a very nice trade onto Iontize, but Shove has the grenade that Monkey Farts just simply can't escape from. We're in a 2v4 already, and Lights is just creeping his way into the attacker spawn. Content to hold that angle for now, as Ryan has somehow controversial, in the converse, I would say, made its way into defense, but it's not going to
and
matter.
an
'cause that's 2 quick
unsuspecting
kills.
NACL falls to the
I mean,
floor.
maybe it was a little controversial. You know, I'm going to stand by what I said. It was controversial that Ryan made it there, you know? It was controversial. And, you know what's not controversial, though? The fact that UW now has a better buy, and they're going to win this. Because that's how Valorant works, baby. They're gonna win this round. That's all I can
round
tell
3.
you.
Tells a lot about the game.
Yeah.
And again, Haven is a 3-site map. So from your perspective, would you say that having an extra site does make it more attackers focused, or do you think there's some extra hidden element of like strength on defense here?
No, this map's attacker focused. I'm not going to entertain this line of argument. I'm sorry. I know you want a discussion, but no, this map's attacker focused. I will die on this hill.
Very well. That is your opinion.
Ooh, and that Prowler getting so much value because it forces Monkey Punch to turn away at the worst possible moment. Hespe able to get that headshot with the Spectre. They haven't got the spike down. They're actually backing away despite that advantage in numbers. NACL does get one, but the damage has already been done. It's yet another 2v4, and Treb is heading towards the entirely wrong side of the map. That is 4 people running it up A to a completely abandoned site. They should be able to get that spike down for free.
And a really interesting choice of plant spot there. Very good on their part, since I think that they're aware of where University of Washington is pushing from.
Yeah, University of Washington just have to sort of poke this out, just try and figure out where the hell they're even holding this. The reach stun comes in, the raise grenades come in, that's just so much utility that you're forced to deal with. And, you know, the bullets on top of that, you might as well save here. This is the first round that you've got better guns in, and SDSU are in fact choosing to chase them. So that's very fascinating. Let's see how much value they can get out of this aggressive push. Shove just frantically looking back and forth, checking every single angle. He is determined that he's going to get this kill here. He might walk out into Treb, and let's see who wins this fight. Treb gets... Oh, no, Treb doesn't actually get the kill! And Ryan gets both of them, though, because he didn't quite expect him to be holding it quite that close. That is still 2 kills on the round. Feel okay about that. Of course, SDSU can probably buy up again. Yes, they did. But, you know, you got a little money. You pulled a little money out of their hands. You know, you're a little behind on funds. Eat the rich, you know. No one cares about the bourgeoisie.
Again, just off to a very, very strong start here with 3-0 lead. But that's often very dangerous to play around. But it's something that University of Washington is going to have to look at and say, like, hey, how can we bounce back here? Obviously, they haven't had a great attempt so far. Almost all the executes have been on the A site executes, so perhaps they can strengthen up their defenses over there a little bit. But then again, it looks like the other side is hovering over by C this time around.
Oh, they're just running up on the C, and no one's guarding it. And they've noticed that, so this should be a free spike plant for them.
And also 5v5 retake.
They
which will
allocated so
truly
much
test
resources to
their
that,
coordination.
to grass and to garage, that they just left that C site completely open, and now Ryan has paid the price for it with his life. And as UW funnel onto that site, Next Gen gets a nice sheriff kill onto PAC-U. Shove trades him out though. And now Shove gets another kill on the Treb. NACL is suddenly the last one remaining, and Hespe is more than content to clean that up. That is brutal if you're UW, because that's the 4th round in a row. Admittedly, you did have worse guns technically, but you did manage to save 2 Vandals over from last round. And those Vandals are now gone. I'm not entirely confident you can fully buy again.
Yeah, we see Ryan here is on full shields and a sheriff and only has 500 creds to spare. So definitely very broke there. But also the only one on his team who's not with a full buy this round. So unfortunate, but he may be able to find himself an extra gun somewhere. Perhaps he even taps the head, like you said, with the sheriff, which is something that you wanted to see more of this time around as well.
Yeah, Shove immediately throwing out that boombot, going for a very aggressive push into garage. He's on top of the world right now, and Ryan is the one to bring him back down to reality. That is the first kill on the Shove, as they get the C site for seemingly free yet again. They've backed off it twice now with, you know, pretty much no resistance.
Deploying drone.
Spike planted.
And as we head into this retake, NACL's got a lot of value. He knows 3 people are standing right here. Oh, and that's a perfect height to hit some heads. That's 1 kill. He has to run away before PAC-U can get the trade on. He doesn't manage to. That's 1. That's 2. 1 more member left, and he has no idea. He has no clue where Lights is. Probably does now with the throw of that grenade. And NACL gets the kill.
Clutch.
That is a 1v3 clutch for UW. That was some incredible stuff there from NACL. You know, just that positional awareness, especially with that original Owl drone, to be able to spot out 3 of the 4 remaining players and communicate to his team, hey, these are where most of these players are. Don't worry, I got this. And then he just goes in and NACL's all over the place, you know?
The one thing that I really, really liked about how he executed there was that he used that box so well. He was able to get a line of sight on them with only the tips of their heads showing, which is very, very beneficial for him there. He does have the high ground. You know what they say about having the high ground. It might not always be the case in first-person shooter games. In this case, it was certainly helpful for him as he was able to hit a few heads without being too exposed to danger. He was able to get all that information, like you said, very well executed, and they do pick up their first round here.
Yeah, I see why they call him NACL, because no doubt SDSU is feeling a little bit salty after that round. And as we head into this very next one, the Fade ult thrown out immediately, and NACL choosing to just run it down, unfortunately paying the price because Shove has a showstopper and he's found someone to use it on. That gives him the site with, again, no real counterplay from the side of UW. And there's so many kills going their way. Monkey Farts is down now too. That's 2 people left, and they're both stuck right outside A. Some shots going back and forth. Treb gets a very nice blind, but not a lot of value out of that because that's a 5th round on the board for SDSU.
Well, a flawless round we see, the second one in this game, I believe, and just they were everywhere there. I don't know if you noticed, but when UW was trying to take that retake, there were also 2 people behind them, and so they were just all over the place, and UW just had a hard time like managing that in a situation where they were also outnumbered. Again, there we did see Shove was getting very aggressive and did get the Raze ult off, paired with the Fade ult to get that early kill. And it was immediately followed up by another gunshot from one of his teammates. So, just so well done. We see Sheriffs probably across the board here for UW this round as they look to buy guns next round.
Oh, Hespe with a very nice lineup there. Not really getting much info off of that because Next Gen can take out Lights with the jet knives. Oh, and Luntai snipes Next Gen right out of the sky. That's not enough value off those knives. And NACL is down as well. Luntai throws out that aftershock to just delay them even further. And Ryan already on low HP. There's 1 member left. Monkey Fart's gonna have to work some real monkey magic. And unable to do it because Hespe can just spray through the bottom of the very floor that Monkey Farts is standing on and take him out.
There will be no monkey magic today, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that is the 6th round on the board for SDSU. Obviously, Spirit's a little low after that, but you can definitely bounce back. Haven is, again, a very attacking-sided map. And, you know, as long as you can get a couple rounds on here, finish with maybe a 4-8 or 5-7 scoreline, you're feeling very good about your chances heading into the second half of this map.
For sure, and honestly, right now, if I get 3 wins, like, at that point, you get the 3-9, you know?
Using the Breach,
very nice for them.
using Breach's head to boost up onto that box. Alright, very tactical plays being used here.
Very quick response time, too.
kills.
There, after missing the initial headshot, very quickly dashing away, which was excellently played as well.
All right, and Lights has that ability to just push right on up into B main. He thinks it's completely clear, but Ryan is in fact peeking a little bit back and forth there to see if the timing works out for him. Oh, I think he spotted Lights. He spotted Lights, but couldn't really get any value off of that. That's some damage and a very nice headshot through the wall onto Lights. Ooh, that almost completely shuts down that ability to push onto B site there. It looks like they're gonna try and go for it a little bit anyway.
Garage meeting.
Got a very nice angle here on the Treb, gets the headshot, but Next Gen is very quick to trade that out. Pacquiao trades it out yet again, and it's a 2v1 right now. Pacquiao has a spike. He's just weighing his options right here, seeing if he can sneak onto the B site without facing retribution from the side of UW. He's going to try and plant this down. Ryan peeks out a little bit. He knows he has to take this fight, but he's choosing to delay it for the time being, so to spray it out. Ooh, and the Sova ult going out right here. That's such a bold move to delay that plant, you know. I mean, to be fair, there's very little time on the clock. Every second is going to count here, and as soon as Pacquiao tries to tap that spike and plant it down,
The tension
Ryan
here.
is ready to swing. That is 12 seconds after the clock. Ooh, tap the spike and I took the bait Ryan out. It does, but unfortunately Pacquiao doesn't have the aim to back it up. That is a 2nd round on the board for UW.
And a very excellently done. Very excellently done there from University of Washington. We saw that play there on defense was very similar to some of the play that we saw on defense from the other side on the last map, and that they were ready, they were coordinated, they were watching each other there. Each one had one side covered down, and eventually it was narrowed down to, well, who's playing the game of chicken, who's gonna get the shot between Ryan and Pacquiao, and eventually Ryan does end up pulling through and grabbing that 2nd win on the board for UW.
Definitely well played. Shove is just going to run it down into C site yet again. And obviously Next Gen just standing there in the middle of a smoke, eventually going to get sprayed down by Hespe. Treb does pull Shove down to reality yet again. But, you know, you're still down on numbers. That Killjoy ult goes down, though, so that should give you a little more space heading into this post play.
And you
Back
can expect them all to
forced to back
play on
away.
C long here with this Killjoy ult going
Yeah.
down as long as you've cleared the corner.
I do think SDSU are a little more content playing this from long, though. Ooh, smart play from NACL, actually throwing out his own shock dart to just get rid of any Killjoy mollies that are on the spike, forcing SDSU to play a little more aggressively, throwing out that fade ult as well. And Ryan is acting as some sort of human shield here, but it looks like Treb should be able to
Treb
get
is
the
gonna get it.
defuse, and does actually manage to do it before getting
gets a
taken out by
kill.
Lights. Oh, that is, you know, if you're an SDSU fan, now you're the ones who aren't feeling very good about that round because it seemed like you had everything under control, but Treb just kept on sticking that spike, and there wasn't a lot they could do because UW had too many bodies to just run in front of him and block the bullets.
And I honestly think there that perhaps they used their utility a little bit too quickly there. They may have been a little bit of overlap in what they were using on the spike there. And I feel like that may have even like just drained that extra little bit of time that they had to work with. They had 4 people down there. They had an excellent spot to work with. Everything was smoked off as long as they had their lineups correct. And a little bit of lucky spray in there, or skillful spray in there, I guess I should say.
I mean, yeah, I do think that SDSU need to poke around a little bit more. They invested 2 satchels, a recon, and a stun at the start of last round into a site that was already empty. So, you know, let's see if they can play a little more patiently here and, you know, be able to save that utility for when it really counts. Lights gets the kill on the next gen, but NECO can trade that back. Gets
With the
another GT
Spectre.
kill into Luntides before Hespe trades. And Pacquiao just sort of evaluating his options right here. It looks like they are going to head towards A after all. It does look like NACL is waiting for them, though. Let's see how much value he can figure out.
I suppose Monkey is also there on the site, so we could see Monkey start to make a play here.
Let's see if he can do. Throws out that
He
aftershock
also has
delay,
ult
but
up,
Pacquiao runs right
important
through. Monkey Fart spots Pacquiao. Gets Pacquiao stunned. Ooh, but not going to get a lot out of it. I think it's the ult, but...
remaining.
Oh, no! I think
I
think
believe
he
that he
got
pulled
killed
out
before
the
he could-
ult there
He pulled
and
out the
got
ult, but
shot
got
down
killed
when
before he could
was.
execute it. If he's really unlucky, then he might have just lost 8 entire ult points. I mean, 7 entire ult points. Just for, you know, peeking out a little bit too soon. It is a 1v2, though. Ryan can definitely clutch this out. He just needs to clear his angles methodically and figure out that both of them are playing at the same location. And he is going to swing onto both of them, unfortunately. And Hespe will take Ryan out.
Unfortunately, like you mentioned, like he did have to peek both of them at the same time. They both appeared on the screen at the same time. He did shoot between the uprights, which is 3 points, but not in the game of Valorant.
Yeah, that kill onto Monkey Farts was honestly so huge because that Rolling Thunder would have prevented them from getting the spike down, would have really driven it into like a last second sort of scenario, could have definitely turned that round around. But unfortunately, Monkey Farts was killed before he was able to use it. Fortunately though, things could have been worse. He still in fact does have those ult charges to be able to use it again in this round or the next one. I did think he lost them, he did not. That is not a thing that happened. And Shovy's just gonna satchel into Garage again. Gonna try and get the kill on the Monkey, but is taken out by Nextgen with a frenzy.
Once again,
That's gotta feel kind of bad though, but Light does take out Monkey Farts.
I do find that to be a little bit funny because we did see the one time that University of Washington was able to punish the attackers' raise in the last
Treb
game.
with the
It
very
was also a kill with the
well-timed
frenzy.
Omen Blind to delay them, but it doesn't matter because SDSU just explode onto the site anyway, and he might even get detained here if he's unlucky. No, he hasn't managed to get away just in time, but it's Treb against the world. You don't even have a very good gun, so I think you do actually want to die here, but you do want to take people along with you. Ooh, Treb with a very nice shot onto Lights. I think your best case scenario is getting that gun and getting out. Cannot get another weapon out of the hands of SDSU though, as Hespe will take out Treb there. It is 8 rounds on the board for SDSU.
Last round in the half.
But like you mentioned earlier, a 4th win here for University of Washington, and they may even be feeling quite comfortable here. So we'll see if they can manage to pull this one off. It looks like they're all going to have full buys and 2 ults up on the board as well, compared to the other side having 0. Nothing ready there. They will have the Omen ult and the Breach ult to work with, and they will use it on this round. And perhaps even a Sova ult if they do manage to get 1 ult orb or 1 kill on that Sova as well. So they do look like they may have a little bit of an advantage here in defense, but we'll see how it ends up working out for them.
All right, Monkey Fart trades Breach stuns. As it
Stuns
looks
his
like,
own teammate.
huh?
Stuns his own teammate too.
That doesn't matter.
Nothing
That doesn't
unusual about
matter.
that.
That's
Just
fine.
typical Breach things.
Hespe gonna throw out that information gathering ability, but Nextgen gets killed by Luntides. with the aftershock. Unfortunately, he has no safe place to reposition onto. It's forced to just take the full brunt of that and just take it out. Shove has a satchel left to sort of jump in there. Ooh, and clears the angle. Monkey Fart's taken out yet again. He has a showstopper. It takes out Treb as well. NACL is fighting for his dang life here. Gets 2 kills, but it's taken out by Luntais. It is Ryan left in another clutch scenario.
And unfortunately, I think that the better play would have been to maybe use that breach ult and push out together there, because he died with his ult up, and that is a very, very valuable ult. If you use it properly, you can go out, you can take your people out very, very easily. You're almost always going to get the kills as long as you yourself don't get one tap headshot. Instead, it just ends up being wasted. Neither ult used. I had mentioned that they had those advantages, but none of them were used in that round.
And now they're gone because it's the second half of the match. Again, rough half for UW, especially for Monkey Farts. It looks like he's not really feeling himself on the breach right now, and I feel like that might be something that UW's going to have to work out going forward. But then again, the 3-9 curse is famous in Valorant for a very good reason. And, you know, obviously, UW does have the ability to just sort of turn this around. You know, they just got to go fast, go in there, and do what they do best, which is, you know, naturally win.
I'll find you.
Hespe throwing out a very strong lineup right off the bat to try and get any info that he can about where the UW team is playing from. Can't really get too much, though, as he is going to peek into the next gen, who will take him out using that superior weaponry. As next gen immediately dashes away, it looks like they've reconsidered this A hit and are going to try and, you know, poke their way towards C site. I don't think SDSU even like remotely expects UW to rotate here, so this site should be theirs for the taking.
It's an empty site with the Killjoy out of range of her own utility.
Oh no, Killjoy is still in range of her turret though. Let's not get that twisted. But it looks like Treb is going to smoke it off. No, he will not actually smoke it off. The turret will spot them. So now they do have information. Next gen on 4 HP. Gonna hold such a tight and aggressive angle here. He needs to figure out if he gets value out of it. Ooh, gets those shots onto one, gets those shots onto another. They have no idea he's there. They do not see it coming. Gets another kill to pack you. Does not get the ace though because Ryan cleans it up. Such a strong run from Next Gen. He was on 4 HP for most of it.
He got both of those headshots off with 4 health, which is very impressive considering that. And the third kill too, he had to have taken 18 damage because he was at 22 health after the initial pick over on A site. So again, just very excellently done. 3 kills on low health.
I believe 18 damage is 1 leg shot with the classic. So if you just hit him in the body there instead of the leg, that would have Next Gen would have been out of that round, out of commission, and unable to get those crucial kills to secure UW that pistol round. So that's very big heading to the Taku is just running it up so aggressively, gets stunned, unfortunately, by Monkey Farts, and now blinded. And now aftershocked as well. It's like you're playing Overwatch all over again, but Shove will actually manage to get that kill on the Monkey Farts. But gets ACL shocked. There's just not much you can do at 22 HP. And UW definitely come out of that exchange feeling like the better team. Lights, not very much you can do. You're fighting against, what, 2-3 players just charging at you. Hespe gonna run on. It is a 1v4, and he does have a classic, so he really does not have anything to lose here. Ooh, gets the shot onto NACL, but is taken out by Next Gen. You do get 1 gun out of the hands of UW, though, so it's not a complete waste. Absolutely, especially when you do only have a classic and you're not really losing anything by dying there. But that is a 5th round on the board for UW. Things are looking up.
Unfortunate that the Sova did bring out the drone there. Out in the middle of the open, right as the peak did come through the smoke, likely due to the audio queue that he had to work with. Only 1 kill, that's not awful. We did see that 1 Vandal that was purchased last round by the Jet is still there. So that should help out a little bit with the econ at least. But we do see that Monkey, he had a Ghost. I don't know if he swapped that out last second there.
Yeah, I think he decided the classic might have been too risky of a decision. Trev's been stunned as well. He's just throwing out some smokes though, not going to be too big of a deal. NACL gonna shoot up that recon as they prepare for that site take. It is pretty empty though. It looks like SDSU are planning to just play retake here. So they should be able to get that spike down with little to no big issues. As Ryan gets the first kill of the round on the show, who definitely played a little too aggressive onto Heaven. Hespe gonna peek out of Heaven again. Not gonna find any real value though, but that Prowler just might. Is going to spot the Next Gen, but Hespe can't land the shot. Throws out some more utility there and attempts to get as much info as possible. Hespe will actually take out Treb. But NACL is watching him like a hawk right now. The other Prowler goes out. And NACL gets 2, gets 3. Hespe shuts him down, sadly, before he can get that 4th. Has to jump out of heaven, and Next Gen is ready for it. Next Gen sees it coming. And that is a 6th round of the board. Our score is now 6-9.
And we see NACL really pulling through very strongly right now in these last few rounds. Definitely grabbing a couple of wins here for UW. Just doing really well.
Yeah, just such strong team play, I would say, from UW here. They executed onto that A side with just such speed and precision that SDSU had no idea what had happened until they were already completely on the side and planting. They got Shove to over-aggress, which is rare because Shove has been so good at figuring out what's the right amount to just sort of push into and barrel through the UW defense. But over here, they got Shove to over-aggress, peek out of heaven a little too much, and they managed to take him out. So if they can continue to do that, get Shove in just disadvantaged positions, they're definitely in a very good spot to make a comeback here, I would say. And it is by no means over yet.
It is a little bit of a rough spot to be in here with 2 people in that cubby there with the raise grenade sure to come through in that rough area.
The Omen Flash goes out, the stun goes out. No real push, though, and I think that will lead to SDSU suspecting something sooner or later. But not yet, because 4 members are chilling around C right now. Oh no, Hespe gets so much value, they don't even bother to check! They are winning these trades now, so it is a 2v2. Just because they were
good
so
recovery
frantic.
there on their part. We are down to now a 1v1 between the Next Gen and
Lantai is unfortunately...
But the Sheriff headshot comes through. Not only that, but he is going to be picking up a Vandal, which is going to save them that 2,900 creds in this next round.
Shove just in the right place at the right time, with just the right level of elevation of his crosshair to send that bullet, that Sheriff bullet, barreling straight into the Next Gen's head. That is, you're not feeling great about that. I've said this so many times, but you're just not feeling great if you're a UW fan. But
certainly the importance
things are looking up overall. It's just that singular round was a little bit of what we colloquially term in the Twitch industry as a feels bad moment.
Exactly, and that's what we see in why the headshots are so important there, is because on that safe round, we saw 3 Sheriff 1-tap headshots at close ranges. And again, University of Washington, definitely a little bit on them for not checking that corner with the box there. Very well done from the fade to get those 2 kills with the Sheriff at a very close range against a Phantom and a Vandal. So
yeah, UW's main objective here, they are only 4 rounds behind, so they absolutely, by any means necessary, want to win this map, force map 3 on split, which is has historically been a very UW-favored map. So they definitely want to make it all the way there. The question is if they're able to on this map of Haven. And they're playing it very slow, they're playing it very safe here. Luntais has the Aftershock out, very confident in what angle he thinks someone's going to play at. He's so sure about this. Throwing out the stun as well to combo into that Aftershock. Very smart, but unfortunately, it does look like he didn't send that out, so he should be able to kill the attacker Killjoy ult with it. Except here's the thing, he can't. There's actually been a patch where, in fact, you cannot destroy the attacker Killjoy ult with that Aftershock ability, so they are forced to back away. Shove takes out Treb. But it is still anybody's game here. Next Gen runs into Luntais and is taken out for it. Show is just gonna satchel right on through.
Oh, but
he's
satchels
taken out of the
right
sky
into
by Monkey
gunfire.
Parts. Ryan's mollies are too much, but NACL throws out the shock darts. Very strong, does take out Hespe, but unfortunately Hespe is able to respond in kind with these shots that will end the round in favor of SDSU.
And contrary to what we've seen in the past there, we actually saw Show doing very good on defending there. Not very aggressive, playing very slow and methodical instead that time around. Aside from, the satchel out afterwards. But the first little bit that he did there was just very slow, waiting for his team. We saw just outside of that Killjoy ultimate in Heaven. They were not expecting that on the side of University of Washington. They should have been checking the minimap and seeing that there was a tiny little sliver of the corner there that was available and free. We also saw the spray kill coming through on exactly where the bomb was being planted.
Ooh, Monkey Farts just taps a little bit there, has a rough idea of where Lights is, and those taps give Lights away. Unfortunately, Lights is out of this round as we head, into a little bit of a slower default yet again. They're just sort of poking around, trying to feel out where SDSU might be playing from. And the answer to that question is SDSU are playing heavily towards C side, but they are suspecting a rotate towards A, which isn't arriving as of yet. But it could be because NACO has thrown out the Owl drone and is about to throw out that Recon as well. Reconsiders it. They are backing away. It does look like they might be reconsidering that C hit after all, and it looks like they have in fact fooled SDSU because they're watching that A site like a hawk right now.
And I
Luntai
honestly,
still holding Garage, could get some very good value out of this fight onto Next Gen here, but Next Gen will just dash right on through. And now they know that it's a C site play, but it's a little bit too fast. It's a little bit too late.
double comes
As
through with
Next
the
Gen gets
Spectre
2
for Next
kills
Gen.
on the Luntais and Pack U from that aggressive position. That's so huge if you're UW. And Shove is looking a little lost. He has to clear out all these angles now. Headspace fighting onto when Monkey Farts does get him through the boxes though, and that opens it up a little bit. It is still 4v2, but it opens it up a little bit for Headspace to do some real damage here. Gonna walk into 2 people. Wisely backs away a little bit, throws out some utility. It looks like he's gonna back into this again. Can't even get one, and NACL takes him out. And Shove gets 1 kill, but can't get much more. That is a 7th round on the board for UW. The score is now 7-11.
Very smart on the part of University of Washington there. Just completely ignore the Fade utility and keep 2 eyes on the peak. Very well done there. They were able to secure that kill, marked by the Fade, but who the heck cares at that point, honestly? So just a good round altogether, through and through. A couple of smoke kills, which was very great. The kill on Light early on, also so much value out of that.
I like to think of Recon utility as sort of the opposite of a Flash. Because with a Flash, what you want to do, you want to be looking away from it. You want to be like not shooting, not give away your position. Just like look away really fast and then look back and then get on with your business. But when it comes to like Recon ability, you want to look towards it really fast and shoot it. I think I'm a genius. But either way, as we head into this round with a, genius play with, Raze and Braden side of SDSU, getting rid of NACL here. Next Gen on 8 HP as well. As
Look at Shove on the minimap. They do not know he's there.
They're just W keying it onto the A site right now. And they should be able to get this because there is no one playing here right now. Ooh, the flash comes out. But Monkey Farts takes out Luntais. Headspace, considering jumping out of heaven, does reconsider though. And Ryan, coming in a little too late, is able to catch Shove. So that's very reassuring if you're UW, because you know that Shove doesn't have that ability to flank, but SDSU!
Last player standing.
Headspace jumps out of heaven, gets a lot more value than you'd expect. Vacuum gets a very nice headshot onto Ryan. How much more can he do? The answer is not much. Next Gen cleans him up. That is an 8th round.
I have quite a lot to say about that round. First of all, University of Washington did not have eyes on Shove for that. Aren't you that entire round? Oh, maybe they did. I did just get confirmation in the chat that they did. They were just acting like they didn't, I suppose. So
yeah, playing a little pretend. Playing a little pretend, you know?
They did a very good job. I was fooled. I thought that they did not know that he was there.
Yeah, and SDSU did not know. SDSU did not know either. So that was just all part of the plan. All part of the tactical genius mind of Trebert Elbert himself, you know?
Exactly.
That's his name. His full name is Trebert. You can spam that in chat if you're watching this on Twitch. And now, as we head into this next round, you can see that they are opting for a more garage-heavy push. PackU gonna hold around mid, gonna hear some noise, so is gonna alert the rest of his team that, hey, maybe they're pushing garage a little bit. But Next Gen is already through onto that passageway that leads to C, should he choose to take it. A lot of shots being exchanged, but not a lot of heads being found. As you see, they're reconsidering going a little bit more towards that B site. Gonna run into PackU any second now. Who throws a smoke, has to back away due to the aftershock, and that does give UW the opportunity to try and push in a little bit more if they so choose to. But they're backing away yet again. I think they figured out that SDSU definitely do have that ability to completely shut that push down in its tracks, so they are repositioning yet again, this time towards A.
There is something important that I would like to point out right now, and it's the fact that the defenders are 2 wins away from winning the match, and they have 5 ults up. So University of Washington has to be very careful about how they approach things here, because if they do lose a round here without getting any of those ults, then they're facing match point into 5 ults, which is very dangerous.
absolutely brutal, but I do expect at least Fade to probably pop this ult here for the retake. Once
Antics
Trevor
is
gets
dead.
a spike down, never mind. Fade's gone. PackU gets a kill, but Ryan trades it right back. Ryan gets another kill onto Luntai. That's another big ult that they would have wanted here for the retake. And Ryan, baiting out Lights as well, has to focus on Ryan instead of actually going for the side take here. Runs out with a classic, does get the kill eventually, but that's so much time lost, and now Lights is the only one left. Monkey Force can just back away. It's a 3v1. He's got
He has a
nothing to
shorty.
lose.
He has a shorty. He has a shorty.
If you're Monkey Farts and you have a shorty, I think the other team needs to run away. That's exactly what Lights is doing.
We've seen it before. It does not look like we are going to see it again. That is not going to be a shorty kill.
Yeah, Lights is not going to let it be him.
backing
Lights is not
away.
going to let it be him.
Exactly.
And as he backs away, that is a 9th round on the board for UW. Doubters, mauled, supporters of UW rejoice because
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but surely. You know, it's gonna happen, maybe.
Oh,
Question
and
mark. I don't want to jinx
I
it or
didn't
anything,
notice
but-
this, but it looks like there may have been either a missed or a casted and instantly killed Ray's ult there because the Ray's ult is no longer on the board.
Oh yeah, Ray's ult was popped. It just didn't get any value. It was a little bit of what we in the industry like to call a Rosa. Yeah. So as we head into round number 21, get that in mind. We are 4 rounds away from potential OT. As we head into this round 21, actually that's not right. We're like 6 rounds away, but I'm not gonna do math. I don't like math.
A Friday evening. You're
It's a
excused.
Friday evening. It's too late. It's too late to do math. And as we head into this round, you can see they are looking very heavily towards the C site. They haven't considered it too seriously ever. And it looks like they're not going to consider it seriously yet again here as they back away. Hespe was holding a very aggressive angle, but backs away at the worst possible moment because now they're pushing it in
Once
there.
again, here we
Oh,
see
they're
the
clearing
same
out
angle with the
Shove!
sheriff.
That's so unfortunate if you're Shove because they cleared him out perfectly. They had that shock dart in. Shove had to run out into just a firing squad. Hespe throwing out util, but UW's throwing out a lot of util of its own. And now just so much going back and forth here. You'd think you were playing Overwatch. As
Oh,
next
UW
gen
cleaned
Nair,
up.
NACL just completely mopped the floor with SDSU here. Lights is the last one left. I don't think you're fighting this if you're in a 1v5, unless you can get some very big early kills here. That's the first one, but now you're on 5 HP. I think you save. I think Lights heard me. I didn't predict it. I think Lights just physically heard me. His being transcended beyond the physical realm of Valorant and just straight into the Switch beam. And he heard me in real time. So he's backing away. Never mind. He didn't. He didn't hear me. He played into that, and Monkey Farts was there and waiting for him. So
I'm not sure there was really a whole lot that he could do about that there, though. To be
I
perfectly
mean, like
honest,
he
with
could
you,
he could
so.
hit ahead, but like he didn't. So
Yeah.
sucks to be him, I guess.
We do see the game here is darn near equalized at this point. We have 3 ults up on one side, 4 ults up on the other side. Only 1 round between the 2 sides here, and everybody is going to have a gun here in this full buy on both sides. So this is
There
where things
are-
get real.
Yeah, there are so many ults on the board, by the way. Let's just say SDSU has 4 ults. They haven't used these in quite a few rounds now. So far, to the point where UW actually has 3 ults on the board now, and Silva and ACL is 1 away from one of his own. You know, SDSU is considered a very good team. They are top 50, ranked top 50 in NA, if my memory serves me correctly. And that's a very high place to be. That's a very remarkable place to be. And definitely UW giving them a hell of a fight here, and it is by no means over yet. They're giving us such an exciting game as a result of it.
And I'm honestly really excited by it too. I would love to see this go to a game 3 because personally Split is my favorite map of all of the maps in Valorant right now. And
Yeah.
it has been probably since the game was released. And so I would really, really love to see these 2 teams who have been really close to one another go at it on Split. So
And let me just say, this is, again, like I've said before, this is historically UW's best map. UW Split is my favorite way of watching Split, and I'd like to see that yet again here. The stun comes out, surprisingly no aftershock to follow, which I really thought was going to be the case. That's a very free damage onto NACL, but the Killjoy ult goes down, so they are backing away, reconsidering how they want to approach this here. Definitely really want to get a kill here.
You gotta watch the timer though, because we are down to 23 seconds
We
after
are
that
down to
Killjoy
23
ult expires.
seconds,
They
and they're running
have to
into
make this
C-site
decision.
where there are a lot of people on. The next
But the
gen
first frag is
takes
so
out
huge
Light,
for them here.
is going to try and take out PACU, and they haven't quite done so because Luntize does get 2 kills
One enemy
for her being
remaining.
taken out by
The
a
shorty
shorty
kill
from Monkey
comes
Parts.
through.
PACU getting so much value here. It is a 2v1, and PACU with a very strong headshot.
Ace.
NACL catches PACU dropping down from the platform. And it is now
And now
11-11.
we are dead
If you're not a
even
good
at
shot today,
11s.
Don't worry. There are other ways to be useful.
Wow, that was a round. Let's be honest. The first kill that came through from the next gen was so huge there for that site. Since they knew that they had to push it, they had less than 20 seconds to do so. I think that first pick of the 2 that were on site was so huge. PACU was the other one on site there, and was the last one on site as well. Definitely did an excellent job of playing around the smokes and getting the picks that he needed to get. It's a few headshots that came through. Just a very, very well played round from both sides here to even it out.
Yeah, just that awareness from NACL, understanding that PACU is going to have to reposition sooner than later. Obviously, a little bit of luck, you know, to catch him just at that moment that he drops. But like yet again, what I say, what is luck if not just an extension of skill? Haspe peeks out onto 2 people holding that same angle from 2 different angles. That's so difficult to walk into. And,
We also did
attempt
see
to
here that
contest.
most of the defenders do have those sheriffs again. So they are expecting to be able to play around the next round when both sides have the full buy.
So with an early pick on the next gen though, that is so brutal. You want to lose little people as possible, especially in this round.
There's no way that they expect you to be
so
in
much
the
value out
smoke
of that,
there.
picking up Monkey Farts as well, but NACL able to stem the bleeding a little bit. As the
Honestly-
attacker kills will actually get some value as well. Gonna throw out a blind Hunter's Fury just to get a little more damage here. And they have caught Lights' flank with the Killjoy bot. So we'll see how this one goes. It is a 3v2. Light's gonna have to get the real work done. PACU makes it dead even yet again with that headshot onto NACL. And Lights gets a headshot onto Ryan as well. Treb in a fight, a 1v2. He does have a better gun, but SSU have been on fire with the aim. And it looks like they might both peek him at the same time here. Ooh, PACU misreads it. He knows one's left. Ooh, with the flash. No! Treb
That was
commits
an
to the TP at the worst possible
unfortunate
time.
time to teleport.
And Lights actually does manage to get that round. That is so unfortunate if you're UW, because Treb had the read on how that round was going to play out. He was going to blind, and then TP as Lights was considering the possibility of peeking, but Lights just did not do that. Just decided straight away that he was going to peek it, and it worked out for him because he got that kill with the Sheriff. That's so brutal if you're UW, and you got to win this round just to force it to overtime.
And again, we saw a round where they lost to a full Sheriff team when they all had the buy. So that's a really, really tough thing to deal with here. And they also had committed the Killjoy ult too. So a lot was used there in that round. And now you have to use everything here because win or lose the game's over. Win, their ults go away anyway. So again, we should see here, we should see the Breach ult coming out. We should see maybe the Jet Knives. Depends on how they decide to play it out. Maybe the Omen ult as well.
Yeah, again, in terms of ults, I will say that UW are looking a little bit better. They have 3 ults as opposed to SDSU's 2. I did not get a good look at the ult charges though, so I cannot assure you that SDSU don't have more on the way.
We do hear the knives popped.
Which is, it's just pretty expected. I mean, it is the last round, you're going to lose them anyway, so you might as well pop them, even if you're not going to use them very much.
We have one person playing Garage here.
Ooh, Lights
people
holding this angle, just
That
narrowly
does
misses
miss.
the Rolling Thunder.
But they do get
They
eyes
saw
on
Lights
it,
though.
so they
Lights is
do
gonna
know
have
that
to
he's
leave.
there.
And he does get the kill onto Ryan as well to start this post plant off. Next is just gonna run it down. Not gonna get the kill. Next
And
is
it's
Lights
looking
brings
really
out
bad
2,
here.
3, 4.
Lights with the 4-piece.
Treb is the last one left in a 1v4 and gets spammed through the box. That
Oh
is
my goodness.
absolutely brutal. You
That
had
is
it
a
all. You
tough
had
way
it
to go
11-11. And it gets ripped away from you.
That is a tough way to go down. They were formulating the comeback. Everything was going well. And then you lose one round to a full Sheriff team, and then they lose the next round in a 1v4 play by Light.
Yeah, that's just, oh, you've got to feel for UW there. They had it all. and it was just ripped again. Like I said so many times, it was just sort of ripped away. That 1v1 between Treb and Lights definitely sealed the deal on that match there, and you hate to see it.
Would like to point out that at the top of the leaderboard here, we actually see the fade that we had questioned going into the start of the game. With the most kills in the game, with the highest combat score by about 20, by about 57 over the next closest teammate there. It's very excellently done. Like, that's pretty significant.
Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you on that one. Obviously, really well done to both teams. SCSU do manage to keep their record against UW alive. UW gonna have to lick their wounds a bit, you know, get ready for hopefully another rematch in the future where they can show what they're made of. Again, a very strong showing. Both maps weren't necessarily like blowouts or anything. They were both pretty close. 13-7, definitely a little closer than the scoreline and made it up here. On the second map, 13-11, where they absolutely had a chance to force overtime there if that one round had gone UW's way. Again, so unfortunate, but again, we gotta respect how both teams played at the end of the day. And eventually one team came out on top, and that team just so happened to be SCSU.
And it is unfortunate that we are not going to be able to see a third map here because of that, but I do not get to see the split that I love so much. But we did get to see two excellently played games between the two sides, very, very close. Both of them really, really exciting and fun to watch. And hopefully we will get to see it again sometime down the road.
I'm looking forward to the next installment of this newfound rivalry. And with that being said, we are going to have to be signing off. I'm Skin. He's Sinthe.
I'm Sinthe.
And again, we'll see you next time.
It's a pleasure casting for you.
Goodbye.